In this video, I'll show you how to create recurring invoicing in Xero and have the invoices sync back up to the appropriate jobs in Xero Practice Manager. Now, this is relevant if you do offer fixed price agreement billing for your clients. So you are billing on a monthly basis for the services you offer. This method is what you'll be using for those clients. So let's jump in and we'll check it out together. Right, so here we are in Xero and we're going to go to Business and then down to Invoices. And you'll set up a repeating invoice here. So here what we do is we do new repeating invoice. We set up all the information, but rather than me doing a repeating invoice right now, I'm just going to create a single invoice because I want to show you how that sync works. So I'm going to go back to all, create a new invoice. So you do this on a repeating basis, but I'm just going to do a one-off and we're going to choose Action, Enterprises. We're going to send the invoice as at today, due in 7 days. Now the reference, this is what's really important, is this is going to be what lets Xero Practice Manager know where the invoice goes. So if I go back into my job here, my job is job 1389. Now we can either choose the job number or we can choose the client order number. So if I just go edit job quickly, I can put in, for example, A Action Enterprises Limited, and we'll call it 2023. That could be something I want to do as a client order number, and then I could put that in here. So I've got two options. We could choose the job number or the client order number. I'm just going to choose the job number. That's my preference. And then I'm going to go monthly service agreement like that, and it's going to be $1 and $500. Actually, we'll make it on the 1st. So we send these out on the 1st and they're due on the 8th, something like that. And then we're just going to choose the account. This is going to be compliance revenue. And what we can do as well is we might want to go, right, well, it was $300 for compliance, and because we're doing coaching, we can call that one tax. This is what the client's going to receive. We could call this coaching, something along those lines, right? So in total, it's $500 per month. This will be 201. Oh, no, it's not. 202, just like that. Cool, so there's my invoice, right? So because I have my account Xero Practice Manager connected to this Xero here, and I have captured the correct client name and I have put a reference in here which matches the job number, when I approve this, overnight, this invoice will sync back up into Xero Practice Manager. So that's been approved. Now if I go check the job right now, if we just go back to the job, hit save, and then check the job, you'll see there is no invoices, and that's because this syncs overnight. Cool, so if we jump into the WIP ledger, you can see that we've got all of our time entries here, 5,400, and tomorrow, when this invoice is synced, we're gonna see another heading here for interim, and we'll see this $500 invoice that we've created in Xero. It'll be synced to the jobs that will show on the WIP ledger here. So what we'll do is we'll finish this video now, and tomorrow I'll come in and finish the rest of it with this invoice synced. Welcome back. Now it has been a few days since we created that invoice in Xero, so let's jump in and we'll check out how it looks. So here we are back in Xero. This is the invoice, so invoice 1260, and as you can see, we've put the reference in here as the job number. So if we jump back into the job now, and then you can see in the financial tab, we have no invoices right now. If I hit refresh, this should in theory bring up an invoice under here with the with that same invoice number. We scroll down and there it is. So invoice 1260, if I click into it, you'll see it's got invoice imported from Xero. So that there matches up with this invoice in here, so $500. And you'll notice if I just go back, it's been logged as a final invoice. Now, this is just the way the integration has been configured. Wouldn't stress out about that. That's exactly how they're going to show. They'll all show as final invoices, but these are recognized as interim invoices, which we'll confirm by jumping into the WIP ledger now. So if I hit refresh on this, we'll see the interim invoice show up. Just like that. So we can see our negative 500 here as the interim, giving us 4,900 as the total WIP now, with the 5,400 as billable WIP, less our 500 of interims. So that's how we set up recurring invoicing in Xero. So you set those up in Xero Blue, and we make sure we've captured either the job number or the client order number in the reference of the Xero invoice. And as they are raised, they will sync back up into the appropriate job in Xero Practice Manager. So ideally, if you're running fixed price agreement billing, you set them up on a recurring basis. So you send the 12 invoices over those 12 months, and they accumulate as negative WIP on these jobs. And once you have finished the jobs, you've done all of your timesheets, you've done all of your invoicing, Only at that point, once we've got all cost, all time, and all invoices captured, we can do our WIP wash up. That's going to apportion those interim values against all the cost and the time entries on the job. So hope that all makes sense, and I'll see you in the next video.